I think, oh, this actually might stay. Hi, hello. This is not how I normally do my videos, but I haven't been able to do a video in a while, but I've been seeing a lot of good movies. Welcome to Hard to Heart. Today we're talking about Shin Godzilla, which was re-released in 4K in all of its beauty on, I don't know, August 14th or something, and I just saw it today at 4:10 in the afternoon on a Sunday because it's been pouring rain. And I really wanted to see it. None of my friends could come with me. They wanted to. I had friends who did, who they definitely wanted to come, for sure. 100,000%. My friends wanted to come, but that didn't happen, and I ended up going on a solo trip, and it was delicious. And I still have some pop to prove it. So, I never got to see Shin Godzilla in 2016 when it was released. I've seen, like, clips of it and stuff, and I love Godzilla. Like, Godzilla is just... I love that shit. And I almost wanted this to be a Shin Godzilla tattoo, but I've never seen it, and now I have, so now I want a Shin Godzilla tattoo. So maybe I'll do that on my thigh or something. But yeah, this movie, it was so good. Seeing it in all of its beauty on the big screen like that, definitely recommend. And it's not in theaters for long, so if you get to see it, you can see it. If not, then that kind of sucks. But yeah, if you like Godzilla, you'll like this movie. Like most Godzilla movies, it is more about how people and the government react to said creature. Instead of it being like a character story, it's not a... Okay, I don't have a lot of storage on my phone. This might have to be quick. But anyways, so yeah, it's more about how they react to Godzilla and it being, you know, this disaster. It's not a natural disaster. It's an organic disaster, something that they can deal with, that they think that they create, and then like it turns out the US actually created it, but then the US, to give them information, they're like, you know, using it as a leveraging point in diplomatic discussions. Like they're trying to use it oh my god, they're just using the information so that they can get information from Japan, or just hold it above Japan, like we'll give you this information, but then you'll owe us, type of thing. So it's very interesting, like, seeing that. It's definitely more of a, like, political movie, more of a, like, I don't know, you just see a lot of the decisions being made, you see a lot of the boardroom actions, a lot of the conversations that happen in the rooms there. The way it's shot is really cool. I like a lot of the shots where it's like fast cutting, where they're like telling them what to do and they're handing them the reports, and then like it's showing the reports slide across the desk, then picking them up, then flipping the page, her sliding the next one and picking it up, flipping the page, looking back at her face and her reaction, and she's now talking in English all of a sudden, and then she's talking back in Japanese. She hands someone else a report, and it's like really fast cutting. The music, oh god, the music to go along with it is so good. The first song they use when Godzilla's around really sounds like this Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time, and I couldn't get that out of my head the whole time watching. But it's just so... I do think Godzilla -1 is definitely more my speed. It's not as slow of a burn, but this movie starts off like right away. Like Godzilla is starting immediately as the movie opens up, essentially. So it is a slow burn, but it starts right off the bat. So yeah, I think that makes it like a little better. I love Godzilla. I love Shin Godzilla. Such a cool design, the way it is literally evolving the entire movie. And that's kind of the one thing about it, is where you feel like you feel a lot more sympathy for Godzilla in this movie, I think, because he's evolving. The thing is evolving continuously throughout the movie. It's very clearly in pain the whole time. Like, even when it uses it's awesome, like, heat blast in this movie. It's all purple, and it shoots lasers out of its dorsal fins. Like, it's so sick. But it's clearly in pain. Like, everything this thing does, it's in pain. It evolves, and it's, like, exploding out of its own skin in pain. Like, I don't know what else to say other than it just seems like this thing is in pain the entire time. So you just feel bad, kinda. I felt bad for it. I didn't really want them to kill it. They crush it with buildings, and I was like, no. But at the same time, I just always kind of want Godzilla to win. Not all the time, but like in Godzilla -1, it's a much more character-driven story, and I was rooting for the people. Normally, I'm not rooting for the people. Normally, I'm rooting for Godzilla. And which sounds crazy, but it's true because it's like Godzilla. It's like, woo, Godzilla, go, go, Godzilla, because that's why I'm there. I'm here to see Godzilla break some shit. And he definitely does that in this movie, but it's a lot more like political, and you see how a lot of things move down the pipeline, how information moves. It's real. I thought it was really interesting to see like a command is given from the prime minister and how it works its way down all the way to boots on the ground. I thought was fun. And the way they like, we need permission from you to do this command. And then that person is like, well, I need permission from you to do this command. And then that person's like, well, I need permission from you to do this command. And then the person runs up to another person who's in the same room as the prime minister and goes to like the head chief of military and is like, I need your permission to do this command. And then she just turns to the prime minister and is like, I need your permission to do this command. And it's like, it's not like supposed to be funny. I'm kind of phrasing it like it's funny, but it's just very, interesting to see that. And I think that's the whole point, because even there's a point where they're saying, hey, there's nothing to worry about. Like the prime minister's on TV saying there's nothing to worry about, it's all good, like Godzilla's not going to get on land. I don't think they call it Godzilla at that point, but they're like, he can't get on land, it's fine. And as they're saying that, Godzilla is on land destroying shit everywhere. So it's just crazy the way communication travels in this movie, and just how the government handles it. I do think it's just like a very big point about this movie. It's about how the government and how they just handle all the situations, and how it's maybe not the greatest, but it does come together at the end where it becomes more of like, this is, we can come together as humans to fight this, where instead of the Americans kind of holding information hostage, and they do come and, help out and do damage against Godzilla, but then the Germans, I'm pretty sure it was, when they are asked to decipher something, they're like, well, what if they end up stealing information from us? They're like, hey, you know what? We just got to trust them. We got to trust your fellow man. And then they end up helping them out. And it's just a nice thing. It's just a nice thing to see Japan being helped when they have a literal massive Godzilla threat. So anyways, great movie. I love Shin Godzilla. Any excuse to talk about Godzilla is a good excuse for me. And I haven't made a video in a while, so I kind of wanted to do that. This is definitely different, but I won't really have access to making videos like this for a couple months unless I do it on my phone or I edit old footage. So you might see a couple of movie reviews like this, and then there'll be a story time for what's going on later. But we're not going to talk about that yet. So until next time, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you very much for watching my car review of Shin Godzilla. And, yup, okay. Bye-bye. See you later. Have a good day.